How you doing, everybody, and welcome to the inaugural edition of Wilde's Mailbox here at ESPNMilwaukee.com and ESPNMadison.com. I know we promised this to you a while back. We've had some technical struggles. The only promise I can make off of this one, which is our first video for the site, is that the next one will be better. Without further ado, let's take a look at our email for today, and that's from Paul in Chicago, who writes, Brandon Chiller? When are they going to get something done with Nick Collins? It's a worthwhile question. Obviously, Brandon Chiller signs the 4-year, $21 million extension earlier this week. Nick Collins, a Pro Bowl safety who looks like he may be headed for another Pro Bowl, doesn't have anything done with his contract after complaining during the offseason, skipping OTAs. Here's the explanation that I would give. When you look at Brandon Chiller, he fit a very specific, narrow group among these 14 free agents, and that's a guy who has enough career NFL service time of 6 years or more that he would qualify, regardless of what happens with the collective bargaining agreement, for unrestricted free agency. Now, the Packers have 5 other players that also fall into that category, and those would be Chad Clifton, Mark Tauscher, Aaron Campman, Ryan Pickett, and Amon Green. But there are question marks with all those guys. I would say that maybe Ryan Pickett is the one that you feel the most comfortable with at this point, but still, they already have B.J. Raji, so there's reason to wonder if they want to bring back Pickett and at what price. The 2 tackles, there are question marks about their age and their health. Obviously, Aaron Campman, there were questions before about how he fit the scheme, and now there are questions about his health as well. And Amon Green seems to be a stopgap guy as a backup to Ryan Grant just for this season. Then there's the other 8 guys who are in kind of the questionable territory based on what will happen with the collective bargaining agreement if something gets done by March and the current system stays in place, or if something does not get done and they go to the uncapped year. And what happens with the uncapped year is players with 4 to 5 years of experience who would have been unrestricted free agents won't be unrestricted free agents. Instead, they'll be restricted or won't be free agents at all. And you look at that group, that includes Jason Spitz, Darren College, Atari Bigby, Collins, fullback John Kuhn, Will Blackman, Derek Martin, and Johnny Jolly. And so the Packers obviously wanted to go with a guy that they knew they wanted and knew that was going to be a free agent regardless of what happens with the unsure labor situation. I would say this about Collins, however. With the way he's played this year in this scheme, I think it's pretty clear that he fits it. I think it's pretty clear that he's a good player. And I think it's pretty clear that the Packers need to get something done with him at some point. That's the end of our first installment of Wilde's Mailbox. Thank you, Paul, for your email. We'll try and get you something out in the mail for your efforts. And if you want to send your emails here, remember it's jwilde at either ESPNMilwaukee.com or ESPNMadison.com, depending upon where you're watching. And we hope you enjoy it, and we hope you come back again.